I have been a professional racing driver for well over a decade. I've spent over 5,000 hours in karts and cars and over 2,000 hours at the gym, and discipline has been very easy. I will compress 13 years of discipline into one video, into one model for you to become disciplined, even if you are lazy. If you're not disciplined, then discipline might not be the problem, nor is it that you might be lazy. Discipline becomes automatic once you have someone or something you care deeply for. That's my definition for discipline. Okay? Once you have someone or something you care for deeply, disciplining yourself in the right habits becomes super easy and it becomes automatic. And this model shows that in this circle, we fill it with things that we care for, and these are the habits that we want to improve and we want to be disciplined in. Okay? I'm gonna explain this with a story. Shaquille O'Neal, we all know, one of the top NBA players. You wanna know what Kobe said about Shaq? He was one of the laziest players off court. So Shaq was very lazy, but in this circle, he had something he deeply cared for. What was that? He would discipline himself in the right habits because he had the NBA here. So he would train, he would go to the gym, he would practice on court, he would eat healthy, he would sleep early, he would do those kinds of habits because he had the NBA. Once he retired from the NBA, this circle became empty. And what happened? He gained 50 pounds. Because in this circle, he doesn't have the NBA anymore. What reason does he care for deeply enough for him to stay disciplined with his eating, with the gym? He retired, there's no reason. And that's why most athletes lose their discipline once they stop their careers. But recently, Shaq lost 35 pounds. He lost 35 pounds, he's building muscle, he looks like a machine now, he looks like a tank. And he's planning on losing 20 more. Why? What did he put in this circle? Look, I'm gonna read you an article. There's an article, okay, it says, right here. Number 1, I was looking at myself and I had that Charles Barkley retirement body, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, I was 401 pounds, now I'm 365. I'm trying to take it back to 345. I want to have muscles everywhere. Where does motivation come from? I want to do an underwear ad with my sons. What does he have in this circle now? He has his sons, his family, he has his health. This is the first time writing on a whiteboard, so excuse my handwriting, man. And over here he has business too. He has those three things. He promised his sons and he said it out loud that he's gonna do an underwear ad with his sons. So now when he has the option to eat junk food or to skip the gym or to do those things, no. He's gonna remember, I promised my sons that I'm gonna do an underwear ad with them. I've made a promise to my sons and I care so much about my sons that I will stay disciplined at the gym, that I will eat healthy. And he will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the habits he has to do. And look how he looks like now. Shaq is a lazy person, but now he looks like a machine. He has a six-pack. He has wide shoulders. He looks very healthy too. Because in this circle, he filled it with things that he deeply cares for. I once read a story about a girl, her mother had cancer. She read a book a day for a month to learn how to cure her mother from cancer. And she cured her mother. What she have in the circle? Her mother's health. What she disciplined herself in? Reading a book a day. That's not easy at all. But she cared so much for her mom that became so easy. David Goggins, he used to drink 10 milkshakes in the morning, eat 200 donuts, eat a bowl of cereal, 2 boxes of cereals every single morning. But in 1 week that all changed. Why? What did he have in the circle? He wants to become an Navy SEAL. So he lost I don't know how many pounds, man, to become a Navy SEAL. He was completely undisciplined in his lifestyle. But he put something he really cares about in this circle. It became automatic. Disciplining himself in the right habits became so easy. I'm gonna tell you my story. A couple of years ago, I used to be in racing. I used to race in Formula 4 and before that in karting, and my father put me in racing since I was a kid. During school, I was super disciplined with everything I was doing. With my eating, with my sleeping, with visualizing, with training at the gym, with training at the track, testing, practicing, doing all those things. Because what did I have in the circle? I had racing. And I loved racing so much. I wasn't gonna let anything get in the way of me doing all the habits. I'm gonna write them down. Gym, eating healthy, visualizing, practice on the track, sleeping early, okay? But in 2021, we stopped racing. COVID hit, we lost the sponsors, we didn't have the money to compete, and we stopped racing. So, in this circle, all of a sudden, one night, what I had in the circle, something I really cared for. So what reason did I have to stay disciplined in these? Those habits were not connected to anything. I didn't have something I really cared for me to become more disciplined. But now, thankfully, after 4 years that I stopped, I'm more disciplined than when I wasn't racing. And that's because of this model right here. What did I fill in this circle? Something that I care way more about than racing. Very similar to what Shaq filled it with. First thing, my family. My mom and my dad. I'll explain everything, just give me a sec. Second of all, it's my close friends. And me and my friends, we push each other a lot to improve. And we force each other, and we always push each other to stay disciplined in these habits. Because we care a lot for each other. Third thing, The channel. This is one of the reasons why I created this channel. For me to hold myself accountable. And because I love to help other people. So combine these two and I wouldn't be forced to stay disciplined. Because I can't help anyone if I don't help myself and take care of myself. And I hold myself accountable. And the fourth thing, which is one of the most important, myself. That's what I have in the circle now. I don't go to the gym for my family. Let's say I'm giving the gym as an example over here. Or I don't eat healthy for my family. Or for my friends. Or for the channel. I do those habits for myself. Because I care for myself. And I want myself to, to improve, to become better in anything that I'm doing. But I also do those things to inspire, to take care of, or to help those three things. I go to the gym, okay, to inspire my parents to start going. Because I know they're watching. And guess what? It worked. After 4 years, now my dad lost 15 kilos. Imagine, he's going to the gym 4 times a week. And he's eating healthy. He stopped eating sweets. My mom, she was just at the gym right now. She's going to the gym 3 times a week, early in the morning, which she never used to do before. So this worked for me. My close friends also, we're all always disciplined together. The channel, I'm holding myself accountable for the channel as well. So now whenever I don't feel like going to the gym, or let's say I'm lazy, or I don't feel like waking up early, or doing any of those habits that I have over here, what do I remember? What's in the circle. I care so much about what's in the circle that I will always stay disciplined in all of these all my life. No matter what happens. Mike Tyson, when he was thrown in prison, he stayed disciplined. It doesn't matter where the person is, but he cares so much about his fighting career, okay, and about winning. Like guess what? He went out of prison way stronger than he went in. It's all about what a person cares about. So this is the action step for this video. Really think about it. Give it some time. Because it damn works. Another story. When we first moved to Dubai, we used to live in Lebanon, me and my family. My father had to shut down his company. He had to sell his car. He had an M3. It was one of his favorite cars ever. He had to sell his car. We sold our house. We started from zero in Dubai 4 years ago. My dad was working 20 hours a day. What did he have in this circuit? His family, me and my mom. So working so hard, disciplining himself in that became so easy. And last year he got me my dream car. Imagine, he got me an M2. It's one of my favorite cars ever. This model works. So the questions for you, if you want to take this model into your hands, who do you really care about? That's number 1. Number 2, what are you passionate about? That's it. Who is someone you really deeply care about? It can be someone from your family members, it can be a very close friend, it can be anything like that. Someone you really care for. And you really care, to see him become better and to improve him. You lead by example. You don't tell them to change. You lead by example and then they will follow. Once they see you, once they see how happy you are, when you're changing, they will follow themselves. You lead by example. So who is someone you really care about? And what is something you're really passionate about? For me, for example, it's the channel. I'm never gonna stop this. I love it so much. I love the fact that I'm in my room and I can help anyone across the world with just this camera and a board. And I can use the experience that I had in racing to do that. That's something I'm very passionate about. And for me, it's also racing. I still race, once every 3-4 months just for fun. Who is someone you really care about? What is something you are very passionate about? Put them inside the circle and link all your habits to those people or to that thing, like David Goggins did with the Navy SEAL, like Shaq did with his family. You can see Conor McGregor, why did he stop being so disciplined? He lost what's in the circle, the UFC. This model works, man. It worked with me, it worked with my family, it worked with Shaq, it worked with David Goggins, it worked with that girl whose mother had cancer. It works, and it can work with you. Discipline is not the problem, even if you're lazy. Shaq was lazy, and he was still able to be disciplined, and now he looks way better than 99% of the world. Those two questions, this model and discipline, will become automatic.